Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope all is well with you and yours. Thanks for stopping by. Also, check out my YouTube music channel. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm Jamie Totten, and this is Here's the Thing. Today, my top college basketball players. Uh, a little TV, and of course, the election watch. The election watch. Okay, a little TV. So say you had to stay in the house for whatever reason for maybe a week, two, whatever, and you can only watch one TV show, and any movies you want by your two favorite actors. No sports, no news. Okay, let me tell you what my number one series would be. Game of Thrones. Yes, Game of Thrones. My number one TV show, Law and Order. Yep. My two movie actors would be Denzel Washington and Robert De Niro. Picking the series was pretty hard. There have been a lot of good series lately. Well, in the last 10 years or so. Yeah, Power. I really like Power. I could have picked that one, but I could have maybe The Walking Dead. That was pretty good for a while, but to me it just went on too long and kind of lost interest in that. But Game of Thrones had me interested the whole time, and that is a really good series. You know, Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, The Iron Throne, brutal medieval warfare, twists and turns all over the place. Yep, that was a great series. Okay, my TV show, Law and Order, all 20 plus years, from the Dung Dung all the way out. You know, all the different partners. My favorite was Lenny. Lenny with the zingers. He always has some zingers for you. For sure, y'all know all about Law and Order and all about the spin-offs. Yeah. So y'all know how great that show is, was, and still is. Okay. Now you got Denzel. You know, he has a bunch of great movies. Philadelphia, John Q, Training Day, Bone Collector, etc., etc., etc. And he played great action heroes too, bad guys, not heroes like Marvel heroes, but if you know Denzel, you know the cats he play. And the great Robert De Niro, and Cape Fear was one of my favorite movies by him, with him. Uh, the Goodfellas, The Deer Hunter. If you haven't seen The Deer Hunter, it's a very old movie. It's in the 80s. If you haven't seen it, that's a good movie to check out. It's a really good movie about Vietnam War, the Vietnam War. So if I have this, I'm good with standing. You know, if I have these shows to watch, I could stay in for a while. Got Law and Order, got some Denzel and De Niro movies, got Game of Thrones, you know, and I'll be set for a while. Yes, I would. My shows. Okay, now let's say, let's see, my favorite college basketball players. Okay, my top five college basketball players that I loved watching. So you got number five, Patrick Ewing of Georgetown from 1981 to 1985. Patrick Ewing was a center. He was 7 feet, 240 pounds, played at Georgetown. He was a great player, great player. He won a Naismith Award and an AP Player of the Year Award and a number of Big East awards and an NCAA basketball championship. He had uh, he had a really good team and a great coach with John Thompson. Big John Thompson was his coach. So, like I said, he had some great players around him, and he had a great coach, and they were successful during his time there. He was a really good player, really great college player. Okay, my number four is Ralph Sampson. Yes, sir. He was at Virginia from 1979 to 83. Ralph was a three-time Naismith Award winner, three-time ACC Player of the Year, two-time Wooden Award winner, three-time AP Player of the Year, and numerous other awards. You know, Sampson was 7'4", 228 pounds. And he averaged 16.9 points, 11.4 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per game in his college career, and was the first big man that I saw with some guard skills. He was able to take the ball off the rim and take it all the way down the court and dunk it. Yes, he could do that back then. Actually, the high school I went to played against his high school for the Virginia State Championship. Um, Ralph won, so. Okay. But yeah, Ralph, he was a really good basketball player in college. You know, his knees and stuff failed him, so he didn't have a long pro career. Not at all. The only reason I put him ahead of Patrick Ewing is because Patrick had better players around him and definitely a better coach, you know. Now, the next three won't be as decorated as the previous two. With that being said, number three, Michael Jordan from 1981 to 1984, North Carolina. A two-time ACC Player of the Year, a Naismith Award winner, and a NCAA championship in basketball. Yep. Nah, not all the accolades of the previous two, but we witnessed what that guy was doing. You know, he did it in college, and you know what he did after that also. You know, he did what he did in the ACC and got him a championship, an NCAA ring, and some consider him the greatest of all times in basketball in the NBA. Um, the story is still being told because a certain person is still playing. You know, that guy that didn't go to college. So we'll see. We will see. But Michael Jordan, number three, he was doing his thing in college, buddy. I tell you that. And then, okay, number two, David Thompson, the original Skywalker from NC State. You know, from 1972 to 1975. Thompson was a 6'4", 195-pound forward. He averaged 26.8 points, 8.1 rebounds, a game. He was a three-time ACC Player of the Year, a Naismith Award winner, and an NCAA champion. In 1974, yes, he won the championship against Marquette. His coach is Norm Sloan, the great Norm Sloan. All right, I remember Thompson as someone that was just jumping, really, really jumping out of the gym. The first person I saw jump like that. I mean, he was way up there. You know, the big game that I remember was against the great Bill Walton, UCLA, in the national semifinals, where Thompson had 28 points, Walton had 29 points. NC State won the game 80-77. Great back and forth game. Um, yes, David Thompson, original Skywalker. That guy he could jump out of the gym, no doubt. So he's number 2. Okay, so let's see. I got the great Patrick Ewing at 5. I got Ralph Sampson at 4. The great Michael Jordan at 3. Okay. Thompson, David Skywalker Thompson at 2. And number 1, Len Bias from Maryland, 1982 to 1986. 2-time ACC Player of the Year. Bias was a 6'8" forward, 210 pounds. He averaged 16.4 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. Bias was a bad man, I'm telling you. His game, he was 6'8", 210, but his game was, he had a lot of guard skills too. 6'8", he could do it all, man. He could shoot, he could pass, he could rebound, he could run, he could handle the ball up and down the court. Oh, man, that guy had the greatest potential I've ever seen coming out of college, you know. I'm telling you, man, but folks was saying that he could have been the greatest, that he most definitely would have been on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Yeah, I believe he would have been myself, but we all know what happened, and so all we can say is, what if? What if, man? That brother was something very, very, very special. Okay, he was my number 1. Those are my people, my top 5 college basketball players. Some good basketball too. Okay, the election watch. You know, there are people dying in the South where they have all these restrictions on procedures for women's health. Uh, People are literally dying. Women are. Women are, not people. Women are literally dying. You know, this thing is aimed at women. I know I say people. Of course, women are people. Of course they are. But I'm saying all these rules and regulations are geared towards the woman and her rights to take care of herself. You know, her rights to have procedures that she wants to have for various reasons. Um, Women's health is really coming under the gun down south. Um, all I can say is we got to vote. Um, just got to really get in there and let it be known that you're not gonna put up with that, all that craziness and all these new rules and all these regulations and restrictions and having people die and just because you don't they can't they the doctors are scared to help them, scared they might go to jail. So okay, that is just so bad, and people, women are dying. So in this day and time, 2024, this type of thing should not be happening nowhere in America, but it is. And you know who is the blame for that, you know. So here's the thing. Whenever there's election, we have to vote, whatever the elections are about, you know. Elections have consequences. Like I said, they have serious consequences. So whenever there's an election going on in your district, or in your area, whatever the case may be, participate. You know, whether it's an election for a judge, um, any county elections, state elections, school board elections, we must pay attention and we must vote in those any type of election. We have to vote. Um, these folks getting into office and they're changing rules as fast as they can. They will implement stuff that will continue to keep us moving in a wrong direction. You know, continue to hurt people, continue to mess with people's insurance, you know, health care, and all this type of stuff. You know, they want to act like they know more than the doctors. They just want to make rules to keep people down, to keep women down, to keep minorities at bay and down. You know, so voting is the answer. Voting is the answer. So Vice President Harris was talking to Hispanic members of Congress today, letting them know that she will represent them as well as she represents everyone else. She has no plan for mass deportation. We know who has that in mind, who has that plan. That 2025 project plan is mass deportation of people they deem should not be here. The they is a Trump. If Trump get back in office, that's what he plans on doing. I mean, he tells you every time he gets a chance. Now, what will mass deportation look like? He doesn't know. It's just something he says, but it is something that they will try to do. So, we have to keep our eyes on the prize. And I will say this every day until the election is over. So we keep our eyes on the prize, which is the White House. We're going to keep moving forward. If there's anybody you need to help get registered, do that. And if anybody that you need to talk to help them through whatever they need to be helped through as far as this election goes, help them. And again, thank you for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, your evening. Peace.